Are you an entrepreneur over 40 who is just over Instagram and TikTok? Or maybe you don't want to go there in the first place. You're tired of all the trending audios and 2-second hooks and trying to grab people and compete in that really noisy space. Well, I have some good news for you. LinkedIn has exploded in 2024 for a lot of entrepreneurs that previously didn't really spend a lot of time on the platform. They figured, it's just a place to look for jobs, especially if they're in the entrepreneur space. They're like, well, I'm my own boss. I don't need a job. Well, if you're not there yet, you are seriously missing out. And if you are there and you're struggling to grow, this video is for you. I'm an entrepreneur over 40 who quit Instagram to really go all in on YouTube and LinkedIn. My name is Shirley Engel. I'm a video marketing and visibility coach. I used to be a television journalist, and I'm taking everything I know about video production and helping business owners grow their brands and grow their businesses through the power of video on both LinkedIn and YouTube. I'm so passionate about this that I created the 90 Days to 10K challenge on YouTube and LinkedIn. That's followers, subscribers, 10,000 of them in 90 days. And this whole video playlist that you're watching right now, and if you just landed on this video, you can surf around in the playlist. This is all about helping you do that. In today's video, I'm going to focus on 5 ways you can use video on LinkedIn and push people between YouTube and LinkedIn and build your audience on both platforms at the same time. We'll cover actual, tangible ways that I myself am growing my LinkedIn presence and my YouTube presence at the same time. And you'll want to stick around to the end of the video because I'm going to talk about ways that you can do this without pissing off the algorithm because they're always watching. And these are ways that you can really use your YouTube content on LinkedIn to help optimize your LinkedIn profile and really explode your visibility. The thing you may not know is that LinkedIn, as of the time of this recording, has a new video feature. It's been around for several months, but a lot of people aren't using it on your mobile phone. They have a TikTok-like video stream where you can swipe up just like you do on TikTok. And that means it's a prime real estate for your short form videos. That is absolutely something that you should be doing as part of your business. But you can also embed your long form YouTube content within what you do on LinkedIn. And then of course, you'll want to drive people from YouTube to your LinkedIn as well, because that platform is really powerful, especially if you're in the B2B space like I am, and you want to talk to other business owners, to professionals, to people who are higher income earners who are really in that mindset to buy your stuff. Well, LinkedIn is the place to be. A lot of business owners have had it with Instagram. I'm one of them. I actually quit Instagram to start this challenge. And let me tell you, it is exploding my accounts. Today, I'm going to explore exactly how you, an entrepreneur over 40, can use the power of LinkedIn, supported by the video capabilities of YouTube, to really supercharge your visibility so you can attract more clients and make more money. Look, even if you think your content sucks, and if you're just starting out and don't have any videos on your channel yet, let's face it, it probably does suck, but that's okay because you want to get through those initial motions and really start recording. Rule number 1, do not use the exact same words and the exact same content on both platforms. A lot of entrepreneurs try to save time by saying, look, I'm going to create one video and then I'm just going to post it everywhere. And then people will just see it. If they're on YouTube, they'll see it. If they're on LinkedIn, they'll see it. You might post the video itself, maybe some of what you're saying, or even all of what you're saying is the same, but you got to put it in a different package. You've got to think of it as wrapping paper. If you were giving a Lego set to a kid for Christmas, you would probably wrap it in Christmas wrapping paper, right? Versus if you were giving it to them for their birthday, you might give them the same Lego set, but you're going to wrap it in, some birthday wrapping paper. Your content is much the same. So you might have the same or similar video, but for a LinkedIn audience, you're going to put a bit more of a businessy or professional or job spin on it, right? The headline might be a bit different. Versus YouTube, maybe you'll want to go for some keywords, you don't want to do clickbait, but you want to be a little bit more scrappy with the way that you name your videos. And there's an amazing tool that I came across as I was learning how to use YouTube called vidIQ. I will link it below. And it has changed the way that I go about content creation, not just on YouTube, but pretty much anywhere else, because it uses some seriously amazing AI stuff to help you come up with better hooks, better headlines, and just generally make your content sexier. So yes, you might be talking about the same thing. I'm not saying come up with completely different content topics, like, talk about trees on one and talk about grass on the other, although, they are complementary. But what I am saying is you want to make sure that you present it in a way that will be really attractive to the audience on the platform that they're on. Even if you have someone who's on your LinkedIn and also on your YouTube, recognize that they're in a different mindset depending on which platform they're on. So applying this to your business, what are your people thinking about? When they're hanging out on LinkedIn, what kind of mindset are they in? If you're not sure, then get curious, do some searching, check out some of your competitors or some influencers with much bigger audiences. What are people talking about in their posts, in the comments section? It'll really give you an idea of the mindset and the tone because it's different depending on your niche. YouTube is much the same way. Lots of comments happen on YouTube as well. Go into the comments section. Go to the YouTube search bar and see the kind of language that people use for your niche, because that will help you generate titles and thumbnails that are going to appeal to users who are likely to want to watch that content. If this all sounds like a lot and you're like, I don't have time for this, I don't know how to do this, use AI. Ask ChatGPT to come up with a version for LinkedIn and a version for YouTube. All it takes is a click of a button and you'll get everything you need. Pro tip, don't just copy and paste. Take it, use it as inspiration, and then make it your own. People can always tell when you've used ChatGPT to generate your posts. There's a few telltale signs, so try to make it your own no matter what. Even if you're changing a couple words here and there, changing paragraphs, like adding some paragraphs, taking out some of those cheesy emojis, things like that. When it comes to succeeding on LinkedIn, one thing you should know is that commenting on other people's posts is just as, if not maybe more important than posting yourself. And we're not talking like, throwaway comments like, great, amazing, love this. We're talking about really thoughtful, insightful comments that add value to whatever it is that you're reading, maybe are a nice jumping off point to a post on your own feed. Perhaps you're trying to engage with someone who could be an ideal client. You really want someone to read your comment and then see your name and be like, ooh, who's that? That's a really smart thing to say, or I really like that. That really resonates with me. So that's one of the ways that I've managed to build my following on LinkedIn as quickly as I have. It's more than doubled over the past few months, and it's because I spend time commenting on other people's posts. The other nice thing about comments is you can use comments to post links to YouTube videos. Remember I was telling you earlier I would give you a few secrets about how to not piss off the algorithm? The biggest rule on LinkedIn to not hurt your chance of having wider reach is do not put external links in the post itself. So when you're posting something on LinkedIn, if you want to include a YouTube link, do it in the comments, because that will make sure that the post itself keeps getting pushed out, and you can always direct people to a YouTube video in the comments, and that's not as frowned upon by the algorithm as just, trying to get them to leave the platform, which is what LinkedIn doesn't want you to do, right? All of these platforms want to keep users on the platform. But is it possible to put your YouTube videos directly in your LinkedIn? Yes. And I'll tell you a little bit more about that in a few minutes, so make sure you watch till the end. Before that, I just want to cover a couple more must-dos on LinkedIn to grow your network and grow your audience. Sending out connection requests daily. As a LinkedIn user, even if you're not paying for LinkedIn, you have quite a few, I think it's about 100 at the time of this recording, requests that you can send every single week to people you don't know. Now, of course, not all of them are going to accept, but if you're strategic about it and you do some research either by the location or by a job title, just by targeting the kinds of people that you want to connect with. And I would start with people who are like second-degree connections, so they know someone you know. It's a lot more likely that they would actually accept your request. But sending those out, being proactive about connecting with people, is a great way to continue building your network, because some percentage of those people will go check out your profile, and you can see who did that, by the way. You can just see who's viewed your profile. And then you can start building your network more. Even if 1 out of every 10 accepts your connection request, that's great. You've got 1 extra person in your network. One of the best ways to build your authority and thought leadership as an entrepreneur on LinkedIn is to have a newsletter. A newsletter is a fantastic tool to be able to get into your followers' inboxes. I'm serious. LinkedIn will take your newsletter and email it to people. That doesn't mean you get their email addresses, but you do get into their inbox via LinkedIn, which is a very reputable brand. So in terms of, all of those checks and balances on what gets into your actual inbox, LinkedIn has a very, very credible name. So they are less likely to be thrown into a promotions or spam folder, although, it does happen. So getting LinkedIn newsletters delivered straight to their inbox means another chance for your ideal people to be encountering you even when they're not on LinkedIn. On LinkedIn, what it means is that you have a place that your followers and connections can regularly go to get the latest thoughts that you have on the different topics that you talk about. And you can use that as a lead generation tool, as a sales tool, and as a tool to promote your YouTube videos. Because one place you can embed YouTube videos on LinkedIn is inside the newsletter.
Do you ever find yourself intimidated, put off, maybe a little discouraged?
The nice thing about this is that people can watch your YouTube videos without leaving that newsletter interface.
If you're an entrepreneur, thought leader,
because the videos are actually embedded into the newsletter itself. How do you do this? Well, when you go to open a newsletter, you have 2 choices. You can either put in a link, which would take you to a website. So you can say subscribe on YouTube, and that would take someone from that LinkedIn newsletter to your YouTube. Or you can click that embed button and embed your YouTube video directly in it, which means that you can get the best of both platforms together. So that gives your viewers and your followers a chance to watch you on video, get a taste, and then follow you over to YouTube, where they can then subscribe and binge some of your longer form content. So what I like to do, and I just started a newsletter, is use the newsletter to drive that traffic of people who like the bite-sized pieces of content and, educational how-tos and guidance on using video. They love seeing that on LinkedIn, and maybe they want to know more. So what better way than to have them sign up for the newsletter and then watch a bit of a YouTube video and say, you know what, I really like that, I want to watch more. And then they go watch you on YouTube, where they can become subscribers. Earlier, I was telling you that I was going to talk about another way to not piss off the LinkedIn algorithm, because we don't want to post links to YouTube in our posts. But how do we get our videos to still appear on LinkedIn and try to get people to go to YouTube to watch them? Well, that's where you use a little hack where you take a short version of the video. It could be something you're also posting on YouTube Shorts, and you post the video directly to LinkedIn as a video. It's a native video. And what I mean by native video is that it is posted in the LinkedIn platform. So it's not YouTube branded, nothing. It's an actual video that you uploaded directly to LinkedIn. These can serve as really nice teaser videos. So they're those little bite-sized tastes of what you're like on video that can then drive people to follow you on your YouTube channel again. One place you can put a link to your YouTube account, if it fits, is in your bio on LinkedIn. You actually have a spot where you can put a custom button. There's a lot of information out there about optimizing your LinkedIn profile, and I'm not going to get into some of the very basic things you've probably already heard about having a banner, having your name, making sure your description says a little more about you than just your job title. But did you know you could also link your YouTube account in your actual profile? And the way that you do that is a button that a lot of people don't know about, and they see it on someone else's profile and they're like, I don't know how to get that. Well, I'm going to tell you how right now. So you go to your profile, you click on the pencil where you can edit, and you scroll all the way to the bottom, and you'll see something that says Edit Custom Button. If you click on that, you'll get a couple of options, and on the surface, it's going to look like you can't put a link in or you can't change anything. But if you click on link, suddenly you'll see you can put in a URL and you can call the URL something special. There is a character limit, but you can write whatever you want. So, check out my YouTube channel if that's one of the calls to action that you want. Let's say you have a landing page where you have a number of different things that you want clients or prospective clients to see. You can also always have your YouTube channel as one of those. But either way, you do want to have a link on your LinkedIn profile instead of just request services, which quite frankly is a little bit lazy. I've been talking about this 90 days to 10K challenge throughout this video. If you're not sure what it entails, be sure to watch this video next because I go through everything I'm doing, what is the posting schedule, what is this all about, and how can it make your business go to the next level.